thanks to Joss, my dear brother, who's acted as kind of master of ceremonies tonight, so slightly vicarish in his delivery. And this is a big but, it's very important at this stage to point out that to those who are not very well acquainted with Joss, he suffers from a rare medical condition, which makes him prone to embellishment, exaggeration, downright fabrication. He frequently invents the most fanciful stories, which he genuinely believes to be true. For a man to look into the eyes of firm Britain on this morning and say, yes, indeed, that is my hand. Delusions were taken today. So listen, do maybe bear in mind a special condition when he speaks about me in 15 seconds time. Not an agreement, and do another man, alright? So ladies and gentlemen, the vice manager. Firstly, I'm delighted to say I've got that one covered. It's a big anecdote, it's not written by me, it's written by someone else who witnessed it. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, oh God.
Oh yeah.
No, I originally saw the proceedings for today and saw that I was doing a reading and master of ceremonies and everything else, and obviously didn't think I'd have to do a speech as well. Cheers, bro. I share this responsibility with Luke, who's also the best man, but he's a very caring and loving brother, so he's let me do the talking. As brothers, Sebastian and I are very close. We always have been. We're close in age. We share many traits.
Lying.
Certainly shared quite a few pairs of trousers. Well, I've shared them with him, they've weighed their way down to me, and high on the hip, short on thread, but I got them in the end. I'd like to thank Bert for this week. Without papers, because it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy. I'd like to thank Bert and Jean for sharing this wonderful day and their daughter, their beautiful, beautiful daughter, and her marriage and everything else. So thank you very much, Jean and Bert. Absolutely. You look my beautiful mother for doing so much towards today's proceedings, as Sebastian's already mentioned, and working so hard to finally legally sign him over to another party. It's astonishing how much has gone into it. And I'd like to compliment the groom, my brother, on his heartfelt and beautiful speech. Unfortunately, he's robbed me most of my jokes. This isn't going to be very funny. But anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. Might as well. For those who don't know Sebastian, which is none of you, obviously, they met in France in Concar. And after meeting, I heard him mumbling one night in his tent. You proposed to that girl quicker than you could send a postcard home to England. 14 and a half years! He proposed it! But he does say that's about average for European postal service. I can't get him on that one. But moving on. I haven't really got much to feel about writing speeches or presenting this public notice, but I was given a book by some very good friends of mine, and it was called How to Write a Best Speech. And it had 5 golden rules to avoid. Number 1, never embarrass the groom. Number 2, never be unprepared. Number 3, never read from a script. Number 4, never get drunk. And number 5, never forget to turn up. 1 out of 5 is bad. Another guidance speech was that it should have 3 parts: a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I thought it was similar to Sebastian's big feature film he's been writing for the last 5 years. That's not middle or end. Followed their dreams, focused on what they want from life, worked very hard, knuckled down, got up early in the morning, and achieved their goals at a young age. This speech isn't about me. That's it, Dewey. Known to some of his friends as Bast. A very close circle as Basti. Known to some of the rabble of his mates as Seb. And also known to his younger brothers by other names. Many, many other names. But my favourite was Victorian Dad. Named after his character. Nanny I'm not going into. I love Victorian Dad because it's named after his character. It really sort of accentuated his Victorian, Napoleon family rules and morals that he laid down on his poor little brothers. And behind our backs he broke every single one of them! Like a Victorian workhouse master, hence the name. Victorian Dad. He liked to rule his younger brothers with an iron fist of morality. He had an argument with Mum. You knew that you'd hear the clink clink of iron on steel. Knocked up his penny farthing. And brought out the rules. And one of my favourite anecdotes in the Victorian Dad regime or era was his demise. In answer to his earlier little me dreaming, make things up, I haven't written this. It's written by someone else who actually witnessed the story, so I'm going to go back to my notes quickly, apologise. It was shared by my old friend Alex Bennett. He very sadly couldn't be here today because he wasn't invited. And it goes something like this. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it. It was a warm and pleasant late summer evening in July of 1995 that set the scene for the outrage.
Bennett!
It was a warm and pleasant late summer evening in July of 1995 that set the scene for the outrage. After another day spent on the seafront by Joss and I, jobless and happy, we ventured back to Joss's mum's flat, armed with a beer or two, planning to watch a video in Joss's then room. Joss's room, that is, ladies and gentlemen. Upon entering the room, we were not initially aware that Sebastian had set up his new hovel in a dark room. As Joss and I flicked on the TV and broke open another beer, a rustling came. This was soon followed by a series of unidentifiable noises and finally, emerging like a clumsy moth rather than a phoenix from the ashes, Sebastian's face appeared from a brown sleeping bag, stating it was now also his bedroom. And Joss should turn off the TV and leave so he could obtain some sleep. Recently graduated from Middlesex University, subsequently unemployed and now stating land rights. Quite a scene. As he appealed to Joss for temporary asylum, it was clear that Sebastian's words were falling on deaf ears. Accusations of Joss being unfair were then thrown around this now increasingly heated atmosphere until the immortal words tumbled from Sebastian's lips. Joss, you are a disgrace. And then the killer, Alex, surely you agree with me, talk to Joss. At this point I felt it my duty becoming the arbiter and seeking peace in our time to enter into Sebastian's defence. But as I made my decision, he decided to leap out of his sleeping bag to wait to his presence in the case. He's remembering it now. It's then, ladies and gentlemen, that I sat at golf, shocked, appalled. A man who had previously commanded respect and presence was standing before me, waggling his finger, dressed only in the smallest pair of red underpants. Like some strange Eurotrash outfit, his tight single-handedly destroyed any credibility he possessed. Now disgusted and averting his eyes, Johnson and I refused to comply with his demands. The last I saw of this red-panted beast was as he departed from the room in humiliation, only to return moments later to sheepishly reclaim his brown sleeping. Position of responsibility and respect in tatters, Victorian Dad was finished. As there is a moral, all notions and appeals in life can be made under any circumstances, but never when dressed in nothing more than a small tight red. Alex refers to his story's brief encounter, which I feel is appropriate. So makes him swipe those very pants the next day for use in such an event. And as you see, here they are.
Hey!
Moving on. So that's the end of Victorian Dad. But where was he born? Were there any early signs that my brother was no ordinary child? He was very special. His teachers would confirm that. The earliest sign that Sebastian was unique was his dress sense. At the age of 13, when most kids were wearing Converse and casual tracksuits, he had purchased a cloth cap, a jacket, and a walking stick. Whenever we went on holiday, he'd buy a badge denoting the place we'd been and nail it to his walking stick.
It's good to see him getting a dressing down like that.
An eccentric dresser, but not when you've got two younger brothers. Because we went out and bought wax jackets. And we were like 11 and 8. And there were these three old men with wax jackets. The family has some kind of accelerated gene. Anyway. There's a couple of anecdotes. His unusual approach to fashion hasn't held him back. He's gone on to have an incredibly fulfilled life with Ali, who I love to bits. She's wonderful. There have been low points. I remember once he confessed to being so poor he was having to boil his rice for twice as long, so he had twice as much food. There's been great high points too. He's appeared in countless films like the Star Wars trilogy. He sued George Lucas. And on the proceeds bought a great flat in Battersea. That's an unusual step on the property ladder, but it works. He's travelled around the world and he's been a wonderful uncle to my two children, Louis and Fleur, who sadly can't be here today either. But obviously they're But I think one of my proudest moments was when he directed his film Rufus, and I put the neck out of his film earlier, but when he put together this 35mm short film in shot over in Seaford in 2001, and it was, there's guys here, Ollie and all kinds of people were involved in the actual production, but it was a really proud defining moment for me because when I went to the set and saw Sebastian sitting on a proper 35mm Panavision camera, he really did look like a star, and I was kind of like, it was the first time in my life I actually had some respect for him. He dealt with it all there. I mean, Christian is the guy taking photos there. I mean, they'd already dropped a camera, £100,000 worth, and it looked like the film maybe couldn't go on, and there was a huge amount that went into getting this together, and it was a really devastating occurrence. But anyway, they got that together, they got a new camera, they worked it out, they were there filming, nothing could go wrong now. And then Christian walks across the road and says, "The World Trade Centers have just collapsed." And it was 9/11, and he was shooting with his crew, who were completely convinced the world was about to end. But he finished it, he pulled it off, and it was
With a guy in red pants.
the defining moment.
Yeah.
That was the day with the guy in the red pants.
Anyway, they've also done well. They've trained as teachers. They're working very hard out in Germany now, and their kids love them, and they are the kind of teachers you want to remember. And basically, I'm going to bring it to an end there, but we've gone too long. But I'd like to finally raise another toast to Brian.
Thank
Fantastic father. He's looked after us when we didn't have a dad. Our dad tragically, left us as he's discussed previously, and he has stood up there. He's taken the mantle and he's done it with honour, and he's done it in a very, very fine way. I love him to bits, and I love his bride, and I'm very happy for them, and that's it.
I could just say, I'd like to thank my fantastic father for coming up with that speech there. Really pulled that one out. Definitely, we were wondering about that.
I had about 20 people telling me what to write. Found a lot of it.
But I would also like to thank everybody for coming here. It's amazing to see all of you. When you said yesterday, Georgina, and just look at, and you are also beautiful and wonderful people.
To us.
So thank you for coming far and wide. It's amazing that you're all here.
You've only come 3 roads.
And thank you, Adele, for your fantastic chocolate cake, the Arbor out there. Just thank you to everybody that helped us to make this such a wonderful, auspicious, get an adjective in there. Lovely to have this and that, and the garden and the sun, and amazing. And I'm such a very, very, very lucky woman to have him.